Hey, what's up, all you fishing fools? Jim Walsh coming to you live from Walsh Hog Custom Bait Studios. Somebody was asking me a little question about getting some splatter patterns on these baits, and I've showed a little bit of how to do it with an airbrush, turning your brush down low and flicking. I've already done a video on that, but there is another way to get some random splotches, and I'm going to show you. It's pretty simple. I buy these sponges. I like the natural sponges because they have more like little imperfections and details in them that work really good. I'm gonna try to do it on this kind of a goldish copper bait. Hopefully it'll show up. It's kind of bright and reflecting the light, which it's supposed to do in the water, but I don't know how good that's gonna be to do a video. But I'll show you a few little tips. So with this one, usually you wanna, obviously, if you have a lighter color, use a darker color on there, and that's kind of like a golden copper color. And I'm going to be using a burnt umber, which is almost kind of a orangish brown. And I'll show you how to use these sponges. So you really, after you get your paint shaken up, you only really need like a drop or two. And I just put it on this little plastic board. And then I'll take just the edge of my sponge and just kind of dip it in there and move it around. But here's the big trick, and this is the secret. If you stick this sponge in there with that big glop of paint on there, it's just gonna make a mess. It's not gonna be subtle, it's not gonna look right. So this is the biggest tip I can give you, is take your paper towel, and after you dip that in there, blot it on the paper towel and get the majority of it off. And then you'll just come and just kind of dot it on your bait. And it's gonna be random, it's supposed to be. And so you can see, now mind you, this is not like, this bait's not finished. I'm gonna actually put a crawl pattern on top of this. So basically all this is doing is just giving a little bit of depth and detail to the shell. And then I'll put the actual crawl pattern on top of it. So I don't know how well you can see this. So basically this just put like these random splatter spots on it. And you can go with light, and then after you do it, you can come back and fill it in. But again, the biggest tip I can give you is that if you're gonna do this with this sponge, is once you dip your sponge into your paint, just have your paper towel and blot it off. Because if not, you're just gonna get just one big blob on there instead of all these little detail markings. And like I said, that's not anywhere close to being a finished bait. After I get the crawl pattern on top of it, this will kind of be in the background, look like little brown imperfections of the shell. And I just find that these little splatter patterns tend to break things up and make them look more natural. So that's it, man. There's not a whole lot to it. Just take your time and play with it. And like I said, after you kind of dot it on there, you can look, and if there's any spaces that look like that they're sparse, you can come back and put some more on there. Anyway, that's it. Walsh Hog Custom Baits, baby. Get you some.